Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet Designs. My name is Mary, coming to you with our April video vlog. Get excited guys. Now there's a few things we're going to talk about in this video vlog. Some things we've created in the past, some new things. You may see something new. I'm not making any head gestures here. Some new things and also some things that you're already waiting for. And this is our regulars. So if you're joining us new today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because there's a lot happening on the channel. Even I can't keep up. Yeah, well, I can't keep up, which is normal. But anyway, we won't go there. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click on all to receive all our videos because this is the year to be here, guys. I say that every year, but this is the year. The year, I'm telling you, this is the year. There's a lot of information that I'm going to talk about today. Having a bit of a giggle because I know what I do. But what I'm going to do is cut it all down very short for you for the simple fact that yours truly is a little bit behind today. But we won't talk about that. What we're going to talk about today is what we've done over the past month and a half, what we're up to now, what we're supposed to have done by now, and what we are doing next. Also in today's video vlog, we are going to get one shout out. Get excited, guys. Get excited. Now, all right, let's start real quickly about also what we see right here. What they're saying, what is this? Now, my regulars would know something about this. And again, if you're joining us new, click the subscribe button because you're going to hear a little bit about this in a minute. Firstly, I just want to tell you real quickly what it is that we have done over the past, over the past month and a half. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to show you. And then if you like any one of those items that you see, I've popped a whole playlist to those items in the description box down below, calling it April's Video Vlog Playlist. And you can click on that and go through each one of the videos that you see right now. How about that, guys? How about that? Now, I'm not going to go through and show you all those items that you just saw. You saw them real quickly. Again, if you wanted to make those, you can head down to the more section down below in this tutorial and click on one of those videos to make. But before you do, I'm not going to show you all of them. I just want to show you our blanket that you saw, the very last picture you saw right there. This was our mystery blanket that we created this year. On the channel. It was a year old. I wasn't supposed to create it this year. It was supposed to have been created last March. But we won't go there. Okay. Now this was a more difficult version of the blanket. So I gave the beginners an easier version right here. So you have the choice to create this one if you are new to crochet. People look at this and think, oh, it's way too difficult. There's no way I'll be able to do it. That's okay. You've got the easier version here. And that's the easy join that you see right here and the easy border that you see there. And if you want to test your skills, you'll go ahead and create the more difficult and yet fun stitch. I love the join. It was simply gorgeous, beautifully and flat, and just looks amazing. And of course the border is the beautiful crab stitch or the reverse single crochet, if you will. So this is our mystery blanket that was supposed to have been made in March last year. Instead, we made it in March this year. That's all. See how far behind I am? No, just a few projects I'm a bit behind. All right, so that's that. And that's the easy version. I've already dropped it. Can you believe it's gone missing already? Well, here it is. It's still here. Let's pop it in the box down here. So that was our blanket, guys, and we finally got that complete, which was fantastic. All right, so I'm going to need the book for the rest, guys, so bear with me. Really what we should have done to date is this. Our vest, which we are halfway through, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The mystery blanket complete, yay, get excited. Pocket shawl. stash busting vest, pet bed, some funny videos. I do like to give you some funny videos. If you want to see some of them, they're just being silly. Not me, because I'm never silly. And if you want to see some of them, the very second link you come to in the description box down below will have a whole playlist of all my silliness, and we won't even go there. Our annual jacket, which we have started, and our annual jacket, we are creating squares every month, and we're doing different things every month to help us guide us through different ways of creating a jacket using the granny square itself, yeah? And we'll talk about that in a moment real quickly. We were supposed to have done Valentine's, which we did. Stash busting video, not done yet, going to be a couple of weeks time. Hexagon cardigan, we're about to start that very soon. Live antics, we do live antics all the time. We'll talk about that in a minute. St. Paddy's Day and Mother's Day. All of that was supposed to have been done by the end of May. Now, looking at that, it's not likely we're going to get it all done by the end of May. But we have done our mystery blanket. We've started our vest last year, which we're going to talk about real quickly now. We'll talk about this girl in a minute. Just bear with me. This is our vest. Whoops. Excuse me. She's in the way. This is our vest that we're doing so far. This is the back of my vest. That's why it's tall right up to here. And this is part of the front of my vest there, and this is a little bit of the other front. A little bit. All right, so we are, I believe, on part 3. We've just completed part 3, or we're about to complete part 3, one or the other. I will have a look at that and we'll talk about that. No, we'll talk about it now, just to let you know. I'm going to move everything out the way. There's a bit of juggling noise there. You'll hear about that in a minute. Our vest, and I'll tell you exactly when we're going to restart that vest. We're going to restart it on Thursday, the 11th of April. I think we started in October last year. Might have been August. I can't remember. It ended up in a box, and I did some flooring in this room. We changed to floorboards. We took all the carpet out, put floorboards down. I boxed everything, put it all over the house, some in the garage, some in a back shed, and I couldn't find it. So I did find it finally, and I found the pattern as well. Not all of it, parts of it's missing. But again, we won't go there. So I'm going to mess around with the pattern for the next 3 or 4 days, and hopefully by Thursday, we're ready to start our vest. Restart our vest, I should say. All right, so that's the vest. I'm sorry about the jingling noise. You want to hear what the jingling noise is? It's these Tunisian crochet hooks. Now, Tunisian are hooks that look the length of a knitting needle and has that little head of a knitting needle. We're going to be doing some Tunisian in May of this year, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, I did mention that we were going to do some. We are finally going to get to do it, but I want to clear out what we need to clear out first before starting this. We're only going to do a few projects this year on the Tunisian, with the Tunisian hooks, I should say, and then maybe we can do something else in the future. So that's that. I just wanted to move it out the way because it was jingling everywhere. It was in the same tub with the vest. Oh, what a mess I am today. All right, so let's just mark this off as we go along. All right, so she's all over the place. What we're going to do, we're going to continue the vest first. We've completed our mystery blanket. We're not going to make the pocket shawl until May of this year. End of May, that is. End of May. So keep that in your mind. End of May. And the reason is, here in Melbourne, around May is when we, I think May or June, I think it is, June we start our winter, June, July, August, yeah. I'm trying to remember when we start winter. June we start our winter. So I would like to have a pocket shawl for winter. So keep that in mind, probably around the end of May, yeah. And our stash busting vest, which we were talking about last year, again, another one. It was around the same time as this one here. We were talking about both the vests, which I believe was July, August, I really can't remember. But we are doing the stash busting vest we're starting it around early May. Remember, it is a stash busting vest. We're going to have a stash busting video before that vest comes up, just to give you an idea of what I do when I'm making a stash busting project. So that's going to do a whole tutorial in itself. And then we're going to start our vest. So we won't worry about that yet. I'm just letting you know when it's coming in. I really want to talk about what we're doing in April. And also the pet bed, that's not coming until the end of May, probably early June even. And our jacket, our annual project. Now guys, you would have already started this. Again, everything I talk about, the links will be in the more section down below. We've done part 1 and 2 of our jacket. January's and February's parts of our jacket. And we'll talk about March's in a minute. In the meantime, this is what you should have so far. Now, every size, sorry, the squares are different for certain sizes. Keep that in mind when you are creating your squares. Now, if you want to do part 1 of the jacket, do yourself a favor and watch part 2 first, because with part 2, it gives you a little tip on how to start that center without having noticed a little knot and a little gap. And I'll show you the knot and the gap with this one here so you understand. This is the one we created on the channel, right? Well, actually, you didn't do the last round. I did that separately. There's the knot, and there's the really big gap that you see my finger sticking out of there. In the other squares that I created, you don't see that at all. The knot is not visible. Knot is not visible. Yeah, whereas this one you see it. All right, so do yourself a favor, watch part 2 first, then hop back over to part 1, and that will give you an idea on how you should start your square. And that's our jacket. All right, now before we continue, I just want to mention this gorgeous lady that you see right here. Now I say that because I love this dress. Sadly, the lighting is really bad on it, so you can't get to see it properly. I'm going to do a top-down view in a minute for you, so you'll get to see that. Quite a few weeks ago, I went to a wedding. I had 2 dresses I could wear. One was totally old-fashioned, and I didn't really want to wear it. And this one here I loved because it had pockets. Yeah, and I love pockets because you put your camera in one pocket and your little purse in the other, and you can dance and you don't have to hold anything. I love pockets. She loves pockets. Anyway, I love pockets. Did I tell you I love pockets? Anyway, the day before the wedding, right literally 10:30 at night, I thought, no, I don't want to wear that old-fashioned dress. I pulled out this dress. I tried it on, and the actual dress dropped down real low. And I found it a little too low for my liking. Now, when I first purchased this dress, I was a lot bigger, so everything kind of fit nicely. I won't even go there, right? But then I tried it on and thought, no, it doesn't look that nice. What am I going to do? So what I did was I created this gorgeous piece right here. Now, I mentioned to our regulars on the channel that we are going to be creating something like this and attaching it to either our favorite dress, our top, a chemise, whatever it is that you have that's quite low cutting and you want to, bring it up. Yeah. So what I did was I created this literally 10:30 at night, the night before the wedding. I got it finished about 11:30 that night. It took me a whole hour to work out what I was going to do, to create it, and then to sew it on the actual dress itself. Now, I was lucky enough to have a cotton that was the exact same color as the black that you see right there. And because you have black under the dress with the flowers, I managed to actually match everything up. So you can't see the cotton that I top stitched with it, which is pretty much what we're going to be doing when we create something like this on the channel. And let me show you a close-up version. Alrighty guys, I thought I'd give you a close-up of it. Don't mind that little bit there, that's just a tag. I always cut tags off because they make me itchy. So what I initially did, how gorgeous does it look nice and close? I mean, look at that. And even underneath you can't see exactly where I sewed it to the piece. Simply divine. All right, so I'm just going to show you real quickly what I did with this piece, and then in the future we are going to create one of these. All right, so initially what I did was I got a piece of thread and I went down the edge of the whole outfit right to the very end. Let's pretend that was that long, right? Then I took the length of the thread, let's move that out the way, and I started crocheting chains, and I did them fairly loose, but what I did was I held that there and just ran my fingers down to the end of where the chains finished. Now there, if you have a careful look, you'll notice that I need to do an extra chain to make the length, and then I'm going to do another chain for turning. All right, so what I did was I made the chain exactly the same as the piece of thread. Let's do one more chain, 2 more chains. So I went 1 and then 2, and then I turned the work to the side and did a single crochet US double UK in every stitch all the way across your chains, if you will. By the time I got to the end, I didn't chain one. Let's just pretend we're at the end in a minute. I'll do one more stitch there. I didn't chain one. I just turned my work and single crocheted in the very next stitch. But on the way down, when I kept going further down, this was before it was attached, I got to, I don't know, maybe every 10th stitch. You can probably see it right there. I did a single crochet 2 together. Went to the next 10 stitches, single crochet 2 together, and so on and so on. Because the way this particular dress is made, it went straight down and then kind of went that way. It's more of a rectangle, if you will. It wasn't exactly a rounded shape. It was kind of rounded, but more rectangularly rounded. I don't know if that's a word or not, but that's the kind of word I'm using. Anyway, I did a few rows of that. And then when I got to a measurement that I thought was suitable, I started adding picots in every 10th or 8th or 12th, I can't remember. What I did was I counted how many stitches I ended up with and divided it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's one at the top. No, 8 picots, all right? I divided it by 8, and then I think even around here, it kind of didn't match. It was a little bit less in here somewhere. I knew it was going to be shorter, so I kind of used my eyes, really. I did 9 on one side and 8. I think it's 9 there and 8 there, and you can't tell the difference, really, especially when you're wearing it, yeah? The other thing I wanted to show you was when I was finished, I started a straight edge there and a straight edge here, and then I realised, I should have gone on a curve, and I didn't know how to fix it. I was going to add some single crochets on the side. But when I put the dress on, because this was fairly loose, I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I just pulled each piece up. Let me show you closely, which is wrong, but you can't tell up the top when it's up. I pulled it up, tucked it under, and sewed it from the inside. And I did that on that side and that on the other, right? So you couldn't tell by looking at it that I did that. Plus my hair was there anyway. Plus, even if my hair wasn't there, when it sat on the shoulders, it sat perfectly straight, so you couldn't tell. All you needed to know was that when we do ours, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to pop a thread across here all the way through to the other side, and then we're going to run our chains across that thread nice and straight, not pulling anywhere, just nice and straight. And once it's done, we will actually be sewing our piece by hand to whatever it is that you're adding your lace to, all right? Or your modesty top, if you will. All right, so that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to show you in reference to this gorgeous piece today. And that's what we like to call a modesty top. So there you go. And we're going to do that in the future, so keep that in mind. In the meantime, check this little girl out. Yay! This is, I don't know if I can turn it around to show you. This is the hexagon cardigan, which we will be creating. As you can see, I'm only halfway through doing one sleeve. The other sleeve is almost complete. That's the back right there. Now, I'll tell you what I mean by almost complete. It's actually complete until the wrist. And then I'm going to place some ribbing, which will tighten it up a little bit more. I have actually stopped the sleeve at the size that the lady is. Now, this is not for me, this one. I've got mine up there, which I'm going to show you when we are creating our hexagon cardigan on the channel. Oh, she's looking the other way. Now, this one is actually, it's not doing it justice on this mannequin because this is actually a size medium and I've got the mannequin on large. So it's kind of really tight and pulling a little bit there, yeah, especially at the shoulders. but you'll be able to see pictures of the one I'm creating for me, which is the one we will be creating on our channel using our own sizes. So we will be creating the hexagon cardigan, and I've written down when we're doing it. We are doing it or starting it in 2 weeks time. And then the reason we're wasting 2 weeks to start it is because we want to finish our vest. The vest, as you know, we've got the back done, we've got the back, we've got part of the front and a little bit of the front. We are restarting the vest. I have the pattern now. I have parts of the pattern. I have the tub with all the yarn. We're going to restart that vest and finish it, all right? And hopefully that vest will be, I'm looking down at the book because we're starting it this Thursday coming, so it's very close. And we hope to finish it on the Friday. And if we don't finish it on the Friday, we'll be finishing it on the Monday, which is my pattern writing day. But we will be finishing it on the Monday, maybe the Tuesday. But we'll see. But the vest is going to be the very next thing we do. We don't do anything else other than that vest and this Live Antics, which, as you may know, if you're a regular, what Live Antics is. Oh, and if you're not a regular, Live Antics is when on Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time, marry that up with your country, I do a live, and I have a little green hat here somewhere. It's gone. It's gone. Well, it's not the live today. And I pop everybody's name in that hat who is on our live, only if they want their name in it. And I pull that one name out and I say, Mary, you get to choose a colour combination of our very next tutorial. And your name gets mentioned in the tutorial as well. Only if you want to do Live Antics. If you don't want to do Live Antics, you just say no during the live and I don't pop your name in. But this week's name was Lorraine, and Lorraine has chosen this beautiful colour right here from our Victorian yarn sellers here, Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn. This one is called Mystique. It's the prism yarn called Mystique, simply divine. And this is the only other thing that you will see other than that vest on the channel for the next 2 weeks. Now, it's a long thing. That's all I'm telling you. If you didn't know me, guys, I don't tell you what the Yarn Antics project is until it gets uploaded. What? To be fair, just before the live, I was thinking I might accidentally tell them. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, yes, no, yes, no. You're not going to know. You'll find out. And you will find out. What was the date? I put a short up the other day for it. You'll find out on Tuesday, the 9th of April, where we will upload. Hopefully, I can finish the whole thing by then, or we will just do part 1 and then we'll do part 2 the week later. It's going to take you a while to create that. That's not even finished yet. There's still got more to make, yeah? So it is a very long thing. That's all you're going to know what that is, yeah? So Live Antics is a lot of fun, and it's a chance for you, the subscriber, to be a part of our channel here at Wow Crochet Designs. So there you go. That's what's happening and what's going to happen over the next 2 weeks. In reference to our hexagon cardigan, you will need to wait another 2 weeks before we start that, all right? But get excited, guys, because it's coming. And don't forget our jacket. We will be doing part 3 of our jacket, which is March's part. So I haven't uploaded March's part yet. Each month I upload one part. I should be uploading one part. And I haven't done March's yet. So you will get March's part on the 3rd week of May. Let's try it again. The 3rd week of April. And then a week to that date, you will get April's one. So we will be caught up, we hope. We hope. Because in all honesty, April, all you're seeing is our vest that we started creating 100 years ago. The Live Antics is so naughty. The Live Antics project, and obviously our jacket. And once we get a hold of all this, then we will start our hexagon cardigan. And then we're going to go right back to all of the May projects. Around mid-May, we're going to start back into the May projects. And also, guys, if you haven't seen our very first video this year, it was called the beginning video of 2024. I'll pop a link to that in the description box down below. Have a look at that. I think there's something funny in the beginning, but you know, if you like that sort of stuff, have a look in that video. It'll tell you exactly what we're going to be creating throughout the whole year. And what I'm going to do in the month of May is just do an update of all the things that we need to create for the rest of April, May and June. Because between May and October this year, I've left a whole area blank. The reason is because we have our winter here in Melbourne, Australia, around that time. Autumn, winter, fall, winter. And we have that around that time. And we know that we're always out purchasing yarn from craft markets and events like that. Or maybe it's just me who does that. So what I'll be doing is creating a lot of things through that time, and I will get to that around the end of May. You will hear a video vlog on what's happening between May and October. After that, we're not doing anything but Halloween and Christmas. And I'm lying, there'll be little things in between, and you will get more live antics in between. And because of this live antics, I'm holding out my live antics for another week or so, because this one's taking a long time to create. It will go up this Tuesday, like as promised. That will be part 1 of it. I'm hoping to get part 2 ready for it, and if it is, and I can put them all together and it's nice and quick and easy, which it might be, then we can get it all in part 1. I think you're going to like it. I really do. Well, I hope you do anyway. But otherwise, there will be 2 parts to this particular piece that you see right here, and I'm not telling you what it is. She's so naughty. You'll find out on the 9th of April. In the meantime, guys, that's pretty much it. There's one last thing that I want to do, and that is a shout out. Now, the shout out itself, if you don't know what shout outs are, what I do is I find a channel that I like, or that someone actually asks me to do. And what this lovely lady has done is she's been on our live a few times, and she's talked about how she has her own crochet channel here on YouTube. And what I like to do is head over to them and check it out and think, ooh, that's nice. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at that? And that sort of thing, yeah. And this lovely lady's name is Tracey from Crochet Rocks. She has a channel here at YouTube. Even though she calls herself Crochet Rocks, I'd like to call her the Busy Crochet Channel, because her channel is so busy, so busy. There's always something going up. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that she has actually put up. I'm not going to talk about what they are. I'm just going to say this is what she does. She does unboxing, or sometimes she calls it Open With Me. Okay, she does giveaways. She does crochet tutorials, including right hand and left-handed crochet tutorials. So that's exciting. She does videos of her own crochet, you know, talks about her own crochet. She does lives, and she does shorts as well. I call her the Busy Channel. Now, if you want to see her, Crochet Rocks is her YouTube channel name. I've popped a link right underneath all our tutorials in the more section down below. Just find the word Crochet Rocks. You can click on her link. You can head over to the channel and check her out. She's pretty amazing. You need to check her out. It's Tracey from Crochet Rocks. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just remember that over the next week or so, we'll say 2 weeks, all you're getting is our Live Antics project, a secret one, and our vest, which is not a secret one, because we've been trying to do this for, I don't know, a year now. Well, no, it hasn't been a year. These are the only 2 projects you're going to get. So keep that in mind, guys. And that's pretty much all you need to know for now. Also know one more thing. In May, or May's video vlog that we're going to do, and we do one of these vlogs a month. Occasionally I'll do 3 or 4 just for fun, yep. Or because I have a lot of information that I can't fit into one video, like this one. And so I do a couple of them a month as well. But just know that the one that's going to happen in May is going to be called May Video Vlog, which will probably happen on the 3rd week of May, probably the 3rd Friday of May. You need to keep your eyes peeled for that one. That is going to be a very interesting video vlog. In the meantime, look forward to creating this gorgeous piece in about 3 weeks time, 2 to 3 weeks time, and look forward to creating something beautiful, some sort of lace attachment or modesty top, if you will, or whatever you want to call it, attachment to one of our items, whether it be our sleeves, that you want to make your sleeves longer, or whether it be something around the neck because you like your neck to be warmer or covered, if you will. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Don't forget to join us on our lives. We actually have 2 lives a week, one on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Melbourne, Australia time, one on Saturday mornings 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. Marry that up with your country, and that's pretty much all the information you need. Thank you very much. I've been Mary. This is Wow Crochet Designs, and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now. Try to be good. Bye.